one gift that God has given me, the love of books. The golden key that opens an enchanting door to worlds I never knew before. A world of imagination that carried me from pole to pole within a twinkling eye and back again. As a boy, I traveled to places impossible for me to see, and yet my bookshelf made them real to me. The world of my bookshelf, I'll remember it always.
This is The Bookshelf. Adaptations of favorite Christian children's literature. Stories brought to life by The Bookshelf.
The radio stations of the Moody Bible Institute bring you the 9th in a 15-chapter series of The Prairie Princess, created by Margret and freely adapted for radio by Phyllis Fox. The Prairie Princess is the story of the intense joys, disappointments, and personal spiritual growth of the lives of the Scott family, as told by the younger girl, Sarah Naomi Scott, the Prairie Princess.
If I could paint a picture of the morning Kathy came down to breakfast, it would be all pastel. She would be. She looked all soft and dreamy. I was sitting right next to Robbie, and we had all to do to keep from falling off our chairs laughing. Mom was at the stove getting coffee, and Dad was sitting at the head of the table, trying to look very serious. Stuart was out in the barn finishing chores, so he missed all the fun. But anyway, in comes Kathy with an "I have a secret no one knows" smile on her face, and sits down to breakfast.
Well, it's about time you got up.
I'm sorry, Daddy. I didn't hear the alarm go off.
We weren't sure when you were coming, so we started. You can give thanks on your own. What kind of family have we sprouted, Sheila? Kathy oversleeps and leaves all the chores to poor Stuart. And when a body bows her head in thanks, the two of them break into giggles.
We're sorry, Daddy.
Honest we are.
Oh, must be laughing gas in the spring air.
Well, I didn't see Kathy wake up laughing. Us, for that matter.
May I have the sugar, Sarah?
Sure. Take the cream, too. Fresh from the cow you were supposed to milk.
Sarah, I said I was sorry.
Why don't you tell Mom and Dad why you overslept?
Shh.
Go on, Kathy. Sarah told us anyway.
Why don't you eat your shredded wheat and be quiet?
That'll do, both of you. Well, Kathleen, I heard you had a visitor.
Yes, Dad.
He was kind of late for the roast. Well, what's so funny?
Nothing, Daddy.
Eat your shredded wheat, Sarah.
So he finally came by.
Yes, Dad.
Well, what are you laughing about now?
Nothing, honest.
Oh, yes, we are. Sarah whispered something.
Quiet, Robbie.
She said...
Robbie, I'll shove the shredded wheat right into your face.
Sarah, Robbie.
You two have eaten enough. Go on outside.
Take some biscuits with you.
But, Mama, we'll be quiet.
Honest.
Out.
All right, Daddy, we're going. Can I take some butter?
Mm-hmm. Here's the butter.
I need some jam.
Give him the jam, Sheila. Now, on your way, both of you.
We're going.
See you later.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou?
You're gonna get it, Robbie Scott.
And don't come back till I call you.
Yes, ma'am.
See ya, Kathleen Garrick.
Why, those little...
Well, young lady, the secret's out.
Oh, Daddy.
Is that why he came by?
Yes.
Well, don't keep us in suspense.
He said God's called him to the mission field.
Aha!
All that worrying.
You were right, Daddy. I don't know why I didn't trust the Lord to work things out. He wouldn't put such love in my heart for Herbie without preparing us both for his will.
No, he wouldn't, Kathy.
Herbie was wondering if he could come over tonight and talk with you all.
I don't see why not.
Well, I don't know, Kathy.
Why not, Ted?
Well, we already had the roast for this week.
Oh, Daddy.
He did it, Stuart.
They're going to be a family.
You should see Kathy. She's blushing all over.
Robbie went and blabbed it all.
Who blabbed what? You told me.
Yeah, but you went spouting, Romeo, Romeo.
Hey, hold on there. Are you two trying to tell me Kathy finally woke up?
Yeah, but we couldn't stay, because we couldn't keep from laughing.
Well, is Herbie there?
No. Kathy told me he was coming over tonight.
When did she say that?
Last night. I couldn't get to sleep, and I was awake when she got back.
So this evening is the big event.
They're getting married tonight?
No, silly. They're getting engaged.
You mean they weren't before?
No, they were just going together.
Well, isn't that being engaged?
Not really. An engagement is formal. You know, you announce it to everyone, and there's a ring. Well, maybe, if you can afford it.
Can Herbie afford it?
I don't rightly know. Knowing how much a body has is a pretty personal thing.
Hey, that means there are going to be some parties.
Well, I guess so. Well, I mean for the ladies and all.
You mean we don't get invited?
Usually not to a shower.
A shower? You mean there's going to be a bunch of people getting wet?
You know, for somebody who's 12, you're pretty dumb.
Sarah, just because someone doesn't know something, you know, doesn't make them dumb.
I'm sorry, Stuart. A shower, Robbie, is what they call a party for someone who's getting married. And people bring so many presents for the wedding couple that it's like a shower of gifts.
But we can't come. Why?
'Cause, Robbie, it's like a women's party.
Don't worry, Robbie. Mom will let us have the food, and that's what you're interested in, right?
Right.
Hey, what's Mom's old picnic basket doing here?
I borrowed it.
But Mom and I are bringing your lunch to the fields come noon.
I know. It's, well, it's just got some stuff for when I get hungry, or the helpers.
Oh, okay.
You want me to carry it? I'm heading out now.
No, I'll carry it out myself. I want to get some more things from the kitchen.
You sure you don't have ringworms?
Ringworms?
No, Sarah, I don't have ringworms.
Don't laugh. Mom always asks me that when I get extra hungry.
No, little mother. I'm a growing boy and I have a big appetite.
Well then, I'll just make sure Mom makes some extra sandwiches for you.
You do that. Now run along, you two. We've got a lot of work ahead of us today.
See you later.
Tell Dad I'm heading for the fields.
All right. Robbie?
Yeah?
You'll probably see Dad before I do. Tell him I'll be a little late.
How come?
I've got things to do. Just tell him I'll be a little late.
Oh boy, salmon sandwiches, dill pickles, cinnamon rolls, ladyfingers.
Stop eating the icing.
Oh, but I love butterscotch.
Not before you eat the sandwiches. Honestly, you'd think you'd been working in the fields.
I'm a growing girl.
I know, but just make sure you're growing up and not out. Oh, slow there, Princess. Easy.
Hey, they're not working.
Maybe they're waiting for us.
I don't think so. I know Daddy.
Do you?
Yeah, if there's any spare time, he won't waste it waiting.
You're right. Well, we'll soon find out. Sarah, cover the food back up before the flies get at it.
Sorry.
It's a good thing staring at food isn't the same thing as eating, or else it would have been all gone.
I can't help it. I'm so hungry.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, everybody. Oh, boy, food. I'm starved.
Right on time. And we are a hungry lot.
How come you weren't working when we drove up?
Oh, very observant young lady.
So she informed me. Anything happened?
Well, something's wrong with the binder. We can't stook unless the binder's working. We've got enough that we can do the stooking for a while, but can't keep to the schedule unless someone goes into town to pick up the parts. I was hoping you could take a drive in.
Kathy and I are doing the canning, and I can't leave her with it all. What about Robbie or Stuart?
I need them here. What about you, Princess?
To Blakely? Alone?
Why not? You know the way, and you often drive Prince.
Ted, are you sure?
Sure, she can handle her. Just go straight into town, and I've written down the items that I need. Mr. Sloan will understand. When you're finished, ask him to turn the buggy in the direction you're going, so you don't have to do any fancy maneuvering.
I'd love to go.
Fine.
Don't you want to eat first?
No, I'll wait till I get home.
But just a few minutes ago, you couldn't keep your hands off the frosting.
I can't blame her. Your butterscotch frosting is hard to resist. I sneaked some this morning.
Well, looks like the Scott family is just a bunch of hungry monsters.
Why should you be hungry? You had that whole basket of food to nibble on before we came.
What basket of food?
The one Stuart had in the barn.
And that's exactly where I left it. I packed all the leftovers, so in case Mom was late, we'd have them. And then I forgot all about them.
I was wondering where all my leftovers went. I thought someone was becoming a midnight eater.
Oh, sorry, Mom. I should have mentioned it.
No problem. I'll just pick it up when I get back to the house.
Oh, you don't have to do that. Nothing in it that would spoil. I'll just take it on out tomorrow.
Well,
Mom, can I get started?
Fine. Now, be careful. And remember, straight there and straight back.
Yes, ma'am. What a fantastic feeling to be driving the buggy all by myself. I felt so grown up. The picture I painted was full of very solid colors, standing for real responsibility. Dad gave me instructions, and I was going to follow them. Prince trotted real nice, as if he knew what a very special privilege this was for both of us. As we trotted past Miss Bolton's place, I noticed something flapping and flapping at the dining room window. I wanted to stop and look, but I remembered Mom's words, straight there and straight back, so I trotted past. But that something waving kept coming back. I got to Mr. Sloane's, and he got all the parts, put them in the buggy, turned Prince around, and I headed back. That something waving kept coming back, when suddenly it hit me. That wasn't something waving. That was an arm. Yes, that was Linda's window where she sat every afternoon, and she wasn't there. I had Prince start to trot faster. We pulled up in front of the gate. I ran up to the porch and knocked. There was no answer. Then I knocked again. But still no answer. Finally, I opened the door. Anybody home? Hello? Linda? Aunt Jane?
Please, please.
Linda, what happened?
I'm there. Please help me.
What happened? Aunt Jane!
She fell down the stairs. I tried to crawl to the phone, but I...
Don't worry, Linda. Everything's going to be all right. Now, I'll call home. Now, don't worry.
Oh, Sarah, I'm scared. I'm scared.
This has been the 9th in a 15-chapter series of The Prairie Princess, created by Margret Epp and freely adapted for radio by Phyllis Fox. Join us next time as we bring you the 10th chapter of The Prairie Princess.
You've been listening to another dramatic adaptation of Christian children's literature, brought to life by the Bookshelf. This has been a radio presentation produced by the Broadcasting Department of the Moody Bible Institute.